Hi, welcome back. We have a full body flow today. I am going to pop on a red spring and a yellow spring. So on my reformer, that is a heavy spring and a light spring. And then we're gonna start the class laying down. So rolling all the way down onto your carriage. We're just gonna start with a little bit of a hip opener. So taking your feet or your heels to the outer corners of the foot bar, rocking your knees from one side to the other. Just taking a moment to feel nice and open through those hips. I always like to start my classes this way, especially if we've got a bit of hip flexor work, which we do today. Go for one more either way. Nice. Taking your feet through the center, you're going to reach for that left loop behind you. Place the long loop over the arch of your left foot only. So only one foot in the straps to start with. We're going to take both of the legs to tabletop. Right leg's going to stay in tabletop. Can you extend your left leg long? We want it to come as high up over your hip as you can without lifting your tailbone. From here, we're going to flex that left foot, draw down, exhale. Inhale, point the toes, we lift. Exhale, flex, lower. Inhale, point, lift. Yes. Now, you'll notice you feel quite uneven here, having so much tension on that left side only. What I want you to focus on here is keeping your hips steady and level. So trying not to lose control of your pelvis. We don't want to have too much rocking side to side. Really, we only want that left leg to be moving, no other part of the body at all. Yes. In 4, we're going to add on our right leg with no resistance. In 3. In 2, oh my gosh, flares are never good when you're doing feet and straps. I feel like they always roll up and they look so funny. Go for this last one. Draw that left leg up. We're going to extend that right leg to meet the left. Now, when you draw that left leg down, you're going to try to draw that right leg as close as you can towards you. And now we're going to scissor, swap. Exhale, we scissor, swap. So straight leg scissor to swap. Exhale every time they pass through center. Nice. We got 6. 5, using your abdominals to keep your pelvis steady here. 4. 3. 2, oh my God, I'm regretting wearing these flares. Last one, bring both of the legs back through center. Now, we're gonna add on one more movement. If you're familiar with Pilates, if you've done a lot of it before, you'll know this one, it's called helicopter. If not, I'm gonna cue you through it anyway. Start small with your circles because you'll find that you do feel like you're sort of losing control over your pelvis. And then as you get more comfortable with the movement, you can start to increase that circle if it feels good for you. So we're gonna scissor to swap, draw that left leg down, hold. We're gonna circle the legs out and around. They end up in their opposite start position. So left leg will end up at the top, right leg will end up at the bottom. We exhale, scissor, swap. Circle out and around, find our helicopter. There you go. As you start to become comfortable with the movement, you can start to increase your circles, or if smaller circles feel good in your body, you stay there. Very strong on the hips, this one. We've got 5. Still exhale, scissor to swap. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Draw the legs back through center. Slowly take that loop off your foot, but keep it in your hand. You're going to reach for that right loop behind you, taking the short loops in your hands, making sure that you've got a bit of room between the shoulder blocks and your shoulders. Arms are going to come up over your shoulders here, nice and long. Hands are pressing away from you. And then when you're ready, floating your legs to tabletop. From here, we're just going to start with a straight arm sweep. Exhale, sweep those arms down by your side. Inhale, we release. Imagine that I'm pulling your fingertips. I really want you to reach long through every single one of your fingers. On this next one, we're going to add our curl. So we exhale, curl sweep, look towards your knees. Inhale, we release. Nice. Now with your belly, I want you to take a look, check in that it's not doming. I want you to think, imagine that you're wearing a nice tight corset and I'm pulling those laces at the front. So your ribs are drawing in towards each other, your belly's almost flattening down, if anything, rather than doming. On this next one, we're going to curl up, hold. Elbows make contact with the carriage. We're going to hold here, just tricep presses. So bend the elbows, forearms come up, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, we press away, stay lifted. We've got 4, then we're adding on our legs. 3, 2, check in with your belly, make sure it's nice and flat. Press long. We're going to bend those elbows, forearms come up. Now, when we press the arms long, we're going to press the legs long. Bend everything back through center. 4, 3, 2, last one. Coming all the way in. Take a little breather. I like to rock my knees side to side. There's absolutely no race or rush here. We've got 2 more sets. We'll finish off our feet in straps on the other side and then we'll come up for a little dance. So this next one, we are going to keep our head and shoulders down. So no chest lift. I want you to focus on the shoulder rotation and getting as much range of motion as you can in that movement. So legs are going to come to tabletop when you're ready. Arms are going to draw long over your shoulders. Can you exhale, sweep the arms down by your side. Spin the palms to face inwards. Circle the arms out and around. They start back up at their start position. Exhale, we draw down. We're just making arm circles. So those circles are as small or as large as feels good in your shoulders. If any points feel particularly sticky or tight, maybe just reducing that range a little bit. Just gonna go for 6, no extra layers with this one. Just making sure those shoulders are nice and warm. 4, 3, 2, last one. Little circle, rest those feet down. Last set here. Now with this one, the chest lift is optional, completely up to you if it feels good in your body. If you're feeling any tension in your shoulders and your neck, just omit the chest lift, leave it out. So legs are coming up to tabletop. We're gonna sweep those arms down by your side, hold, spin to face the palms in towards you. This is your start position. Now we're gonna open the arms wide to a T. Exhale, squeeze in. Open the arms wide. Exhale, squeeze in. Now the wider you open your arms, the more challenging that draw in is going to be. If you're ready for your chest lift, as you open the arms out to a T, lift your chest, look towards your belly. Squeeze in. 6, 5, 4. Shoulders are burning. 3, keep that corset pulled tight. 2, last one, drawing all the way in. The left loop can go back onto his little peg, and then we're going to keep hold of the right one, placing it on our right leg, right foot, I should say. Now, I just had a thought. I was like, oh, maybe I'll tuck my flares into my socks to stop them from coming up, but I feel like that would look worse than them coming up. So we're just going to leave them and go with it. Keep in mind, one side might feel a little bit different to the other. So take every layer at its own pace. Try not to rush through it. I know you know where we're going, but just move through it slowly. Now, legs will come to tabletop to start with. You're going to keep that left leg to tabletop, extend your right leg long. We are going to flex the foot, lead down with the heel, draw up with the toes. Exhale, lead down with the heel. Inhale, draw up with the toes. Now, so we're only lifting that right leg as high as we can without lifting the tailbone. So if you're noticing that your tailbone is coming off the carriage, reduce your range to where you can keep that tailbone heavy. That's really important. In 4, we're going to add on our left leg for the scissor. In 3. Almost like I've got 3/4 pants on. 2. Take this last draw down. Bring that leg up over your hip, extend it long, extend that left leg to meet it. Now, we are going to draw that right leg down, left leg forward if you can. Then we exhale, they swap through center. Nice, so we exhale, scissor to swap. Right leg's got all the tension, abdominals are on, keeping that pelvis steady. You've got 5. We've got to our helicopter for our last little move here in 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring both legs back through center. Now, we're going to draw down with the right leg. Then we take our big helicopter circle and they end up in their opposite start positions. When you are ready, we exhale, draw that right leg down. We circle out and around. Right leg ends up at the top. We exhale, scissor swap. Circle out and around. We go again for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bending both legs through tabletop. You can take that loop off his peg. Off your foot, place it on its peg. Goodness me. Rolling all the way up when you're ready. And then we're going to change up our springs. I'm going to go for 1 blue spring, which on my reformer is 1 medium spring. Once you've done that, we're going to come off to, I'm on my left side of my carriage, and we're going to set up for some flying splits. So this is one of my favourite movements. I absolutely love it. There are a lot of layers, so we're going to work up to the full flying split together. But if any of the layers don't work for you, then you can just stick with the one that we've done prior to. So right foot is coming just behind the heel of the foot bar. No, I'm lying. Your left foot is coming behind the heel of the foot bar. Hands will come over to the left-hand side of the foot bar, and then that right foot is going to find the shoulder block closest to you. Now, making sure that we're not dumping all of our weight forward into our hands. It's just sort of the heels on the hands that are there for a little bit of support rather than taking all of our weight. I want you to lift that right leg off the carriage so we're not resting the right knee down on the carriage whatsoever. Now, you're going to bend your left leg, right leg straightens to push that carriage away. I want you to think about drawing that right hip down towards the carriage as close as you can. We go again. Lunge away. Now, when you lunge, I want you to think about actively lifting your chest. Nice. So you should feel a nice stretch through that right hip flexor when you find the bottom range of your lunge. If this is feeling good, when you come home next time, can you lift that left heel off the floor? Place it down as you lunge away. We come home, we roll up to the ball of that left foot, lift the heel. Place the heel down, we lunge away. Just the heels of the hands on the foot bar. Try not to really grip or dump your weight too far forward. In 3, we add on our next layer. In 2. Next time you come home, we're going to lift that whole left foot off the floor. Place it down, lunge away. Now that may only come 2 or 3 centimetres off the floor. That is completely fine. You will notice your abdominals start to engage to help support that lift. That's why we did all that prep work at the start of class. In 3, we add our next layer. Still finding the bottom of that range every time with our lunge. 2. Next time we come home, can you round through your spine, draw that left knee to your nose. Place the foot down, we lunge away. Round through your spine, draw knee to nose, exhale. Nice. In 4, we go again with our next layer. In 3. Still lifting up the chest when we lunge away. 2. Now on this next one, it gets a little bit tricky. We are going to come home with a straight, strong left leg. We're going to lift it back behind us. Place it down to lower. Now the reason I say lift instead of kick is because I want it to be straight and strong rather than a kick back. So I want you to have control of that lift. Imagine that left leg is completely rigid and the movement is coming from your hip joint. The leg moves as one. Our final layer in 3. This is my final layer, to be honest. My favourite layer. In 2. On this next one, can you extend that left leg long behind you? Hold. Hook it over the right. Hold your plank for a moment. Place the foot down. We lunge away. That's your final layer. If that plank is not for you, you stick with any of the layers that we've done prior to. In 2, we're going to hold that plank. Take your final lunge, draw the carriage home, rest that left foot over the right. We hold our plank for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, knees come down. Take a roll out of your wrists if they need it. We're going to give the lower body and the hip flexors a little bit of a breather now. Coming close to the front of your carriage. Oh, I'm a little bit out of breath. I feel like those flying lunges are always like a bit cardio coded. Okay, knees are coming to the front of the carriage. Hands will come to the foot bar. They are about shoulder width apart. We're going to tuck that tailbone under, push your hip bones towards the foot bar, finding your half plank position. From here, the shape of the body stays completely the same. You're just going to open that carriage, look down towards the springs. Exhale, close. So I want to see a nice straight, long spine rather than pushing out like this or arching through the back at all. Think about, I want to try to get my pubic bone and my hip bones to touch the foot bar when I close the carriage. Gentle squeeze of the glutes, but not too much. In 3, we're going to add on a little bit of rotation. In 2. Next time you press away, can you take that left arm with you, circle it back behind, rotate. Our gaze follows the fingertips. It comes back to the foot bar to close the carriage. Next time it's the right. Circle over, rainbow with the arm. Rainbow back to the foot bar to close. So maybe your range now is a little bit less when you've got the rotation. That is fine. We want to prioritize that range of motion with the rotation. Now, if this is feeling good, you're going to add on an opposite foot tap. So we reach back, rotate with that right arm. Lift the left foot, tap. Place the foot down, arm comes back, we close the carriage. We do the same on the other side. This got a few brains working in the studio the other day. Go for 4. I've just done the same thing, I'm tapping on the same side. 3. 2. Last one. Coming all the way in. Take a little child's pose here, just release out through your back if you need it. We have one more set here. Can you tuck your tailbone under? Push your hip bones forward. And then we're going to tuck the toes under as well. Can you press the carriage out just slightly? And then we're going to lift the knees, lower the knees, close the carriage. So we're just pressing that carriage out slightly, hold, lift the knees, lower the knees, come home. Now the reason we're not pushing out to our full range is because the knee hover, when you've got that tension on the springs, is quite a lot harder than it is when the carriage is closed. So if you pushed out all the way to your full range, we'd really risk hurting the lower back by not having enough support through the abdominals because of the increased tension. Now, if this is feeling good, you're going to lift the knees, push the toes away behind you, find your full plank. Bend the knees back into the carriage, we close. We open, hold, hover the knees, press the toes away, full plank. Knees down, carriage home. You've got 4. Then we're going to meet in that full plank and hold in 3. Off the wrist after this, I promise. 2. Last one, lift the knees, push away to your whole plank. Either you're holding here or you're moving those arms gently out and in for 5, 4, keep that corset pulled tight, 3, 2, last one, come home, lower those knees, give the wrist a little bit of a roll. Now, we're going to swap over to a red spring just for a little bit of arm work. So one heavy spring now, you're going to reach for those straps behind you. Try to go for the short loops if you can. Like I said, I do want it to be heavy. We're not going to be here for that long. sitting back on your heels. You're going to draw those elbows in towards your waist, palms will face up, fingertips are nice and long. Make sure your shoulders are drawing away from your ears, squeezing the back of those shoulder blades together. When you're ready, big exhale, press those fingertips forward. Inhale, draw them back in. Exhale, forward. Inhale, in. Use this as a bit of active recovery. Bring your heart rate down, bring your breath back to a normal pattern. I certainly know I need it. In 5, we're going to add our lift to high kneel. Now, if that's not for you, all the rest of the layers can be added on in a low kneel as well. So don't feel like you need to take that high kneel option if it's not for you. In 2. Last one in this low kneel. Our next press forward, we're going to squeeze the glutes, push those hip bones forward towards the foot bar once again, lift to a high kneel. We draw down. Exhale, we press lift. Down. We got 4, then we're staying lifted. 3. Whole body's working here. 2. Coming up for this final one, press those fingertips forward. Spin the palms to face in, we're going to find our T. Exhale, close. 3 more. 2. Last one. Drawing all the way in. Pop those loops back onto their pegs. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Release any tension in your neck here. We have got our flying lunges on the other side. And then we are going to go into a little bit of a teaser workshop to finish off class. So go back onto your blue spring. Take off your red. So we've got one medium spring on now. Coming off to the right hand side of your carriage. Right foot is coming to the heel of the foot bar on the floor by the side of your carriage, and then your left foot is finding that shoulder block closest to you. Hands are over on the right side of the foot bar, but make sure that you're actively pushing away from the foot bar with your chest and we're not dumping our weight down. And then we're going to lift that left knee off the carriage. From here, nice deep bend through the right knee. Left leg straightens out, pushes the carriage away. You come home. Now almost use these first few reps as a nice big stretch out for your left hip flexor. I want you to really notice that when you hit the bottom of your range, you can feel that stretch and that lengthening of that left hip flexor. While you're doing that, I still want you to be actively drawing the left knee away from the carriage. So we don't want to end up at the bottom where we're resting down. We still want to be actively lifting away. In 2, we're going to add that heel lift. Now on this next one, when you come home, can you lift your right heel off the floor, roll up onto the ball of your foot. Place the heel down, lift the chest, press away. So it's almost like you're rocking forward and then rocking backwards. Again, trying not to put too much weight into the heels of your hands. Almost rocking through the heels of the hands as well here. In 2, we're going to add that lift of the right foot so the whole foot comes off the floor. Drawing that carriage home. Now brace through the core, lift that right foot off the floor. Place it down, we lunge away. We draw home, lift. And lower. Really important that you brace your core here. It's going to help you control the lift. I want the lower to be as controlled as the lift. So try to avoid dumping your foot back down. In 3, we're going to go for that knee tuck, rounding through the spine. In 2. Next time you come home, can you round through your spine? Draw that right knee to nose. Place the foot back down on the floor, we lunge away. Round through the spine, draw knee to nose. 3 more like this. Then we go to our straight leg lift. In 2. Nice. Lunge away, hold. Now remember, with our straight leg lift rather than a kick, we want to move from the hip joint, whole leg as one. Coming home. Exhale, straight leg lift. Place the foot down, we go again. So think about that movement coming from your hip joint. Squeeze where your glute meets your hamstring. Nice. In 3, we're going to add our plank as our final layer. In 2. Next time you lift that leg, hold it, lift it, thread it over the left foot. Hold your plank for a moment. Place the foot back down, we go again. 3 more like this. Remember, if that plank is not for you, omit it. 2. Last one, can you meet me in your plank? Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Knees come down. Take a breather. I sure need it. Those flying lunges, they really get my heart rate up. Okay, our last little bit of work for the class. If you're comfortable with your abdominal work, you can stay on the blue spring, so on the medium spring. If you know you need a little bit more support through your abdominal work, then go for a red, so a heavy spring. Once you've chosen your springs, you're going to lay down, reach for those straps behind you. I recommend if you're on the lighter spring, so the medium, we are going to take the short loops just for a little bit more support. Now, you're going to float your legs to tabletop, and then you're going to make a diamond shape with your hands. You're going to bend your elbows to try to get the hands as close to your face as you can, and then you want your knees over your hips. To start with, we're just going to exhale, extend arm and legs long to the ceiling. Bend them back in. Extend long to the ceiling. So think about going up rather than going out or long. So the carriage shouldn't move here. In 4, we're going to add on our circles. So think back to the work we did laying down at the start of class with our arm circles and our leg circles. That's all coming into play here. Extend your arms and legs long, now hold. Can you open them out wide to a V? Keep going, circle out and around, meet back through center, bend into your start position. We go again. Arms go long, legs go long. We open out to a V, we circle out and around. They meet long through center, we bend back in. 2 more, then we're gonna add our chest lift. Okay, on this next one, we're adding our chest lift. So we're going to extend arms and legs long. As we open out wide, we lift the chest, look towards our belly, circle in through center, bend, lower down. 2 more like this. Okay, we're going to go for our full teaser now. Take a little breather if you need to. This time when we circle out and around and we curl up, we're going to keep coming. Try to see if we can balance on our tailbones, on our sit bones in that full teaser. When you are ready, legs are coming back to tabletop, hands are coming back to that diamond shape. We're going to extend arms and legs long. Circle out and around, roll up, find your full teaser. We're going to go for 2 more. On this last one, we're going to teaser and hold. Big exhale, circle out and around, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way down. Ooh, my abs. Add on a heavy spring with your medium, or vice versa. We want one heavy, one medium now. Take a lay down on your back. And we are going to take a nice, big, well-deserved stretch. So, feet are coming into the straps, both of them this time. Take your legs nice and long over your hips. Gently pull those ropes towards you. You can start to open and close your legs out to a V, back through center. Or maybe hold them open and rock side to side on your hips, whatever feels good in your body. We did do a lot of hip flexor work in today's class, so opening them out might feel nice. Bring your breath back to its normal pattern, just noticing the heaviness of your shoulder blades and your tailbone on the carriage. I really hope you enjoyed today's class. It's one of my favorites. I love flying splits. But if you want to let me know of any other classes that you are wanting to do, things you want to work on, or anything you want to see, then make sure you follow me on Instagram. We can keep in touch much better that way. Drawing the legs through center now. Can you bring the soles of both feet together? Bend your knees out wide. Send your heels down towards the springs for your butterfly stretch. Holding here for a moment. We're going to place our hands over our ribs. As you inhale, feel your ribs expand out into your hands. And as you exhale, feel your ribs close down towards your hips. We'll inhale together for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Bring your breath back to its normal pattern now. Just taking these last few moments of stillness, checking in with how your body feels after class. Holding in any positions that feel particularly sticky or tight. And then whenever you're ready, you can slowly start to take those loops off your feet, place them on their pegs, and you are all done. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, if you want to keep in touch, please follow me on Instagram. I love to chat with you guys and know what you're looking for, what you're wanting to do. I'm also thinking about doing a New Year challenge. So it'd be like really short and sweet workouts, 5 days a week for the January. So let me know if that's something that you want. I can put that together. Otherwise, I will see you next time.